Hello and welcome to the Penno Channel. We're back for the match reaction to Aston Villa's third Champions League game. And it was a victory for Villa. 3 wins in a row, no goals conceded, top of the league in the Champions League. Aston Villa 2, Bologna 0. I'm joined with my bro. Ads, how you doing? After last night, we were there. It was just another magical night in the Champions League. And how's your day been? How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I'm still gas, bro. I lay in the Champions League. I never thought we'd get to that stage where we're that comfortable. So yeah, buzzing, bro. What about you?
Yeah, man, I still can't believe it. Like, as you said, the Elaine for the last 10 minutes of the game, I never thought I'd witnessed us playing in the Champions League, let alone us having the confidence to be allaying teams with 10 minutes to go. So, yeah, just a thoroughly enjoyable night again. And we keep getting provided those by Villa, by Unai, by the players. So, long may it continue, bro. Long may it continue. And it's put us in a strong position. I see at the minute Brest are drawing with Bayer Leverkusen. If that does end up being that way, they'll both be on 7 points as well. So it will only give Benfica and Liverpool the opportunity to join us on 9 points after the third round of fixtures. So what a strong position we're in, man. And yeah, it's looking likely we'll at least qualify from the top 24, and we should be looking to go for that top 8 now.
Yeah, facts, bro. And yeah, the top 8. It's got to be a new target for us, surely, isn't it? Like, you win your 3 games. It's almost like I'd be a bit disappointed if we didn't get it now at this point. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think that might have been a target anyway. I know we're newcomers, but there's teams within who we've got in our fixtures who, you know, we can look to be beating. Obviously, with the experience from last season from the Conference League, there were some good sides that we faced in the Conference League, and we more than held our own. We got to the semi-finals and we beat some good teams along the way. So there's no doubt we can further beat some of the teams. Obviously, we've won 3 out of 3. We won a phenomenal run. We beat Bayern Munich within that. But there's a few more games we should be looking to collect 3 points from. So yeah, why not? Let's go for top 8, man.
Yeah, facts. I'm just gonna get into some comments here. Kevin, thanks for joining the pod. Says Digne solid and consistent, but Maatsen, what a showing, different gravy. Yeah, him on the ball going forward, bro. Like the combination play, it felt really fluid. I was really impressed by Maatsen, and that's only his second start for Villa as well. But yeah, he did himself no bad favors with that performance.
Yeah, we'll go into the lineup, bro, because there was a number of changes that were made. Obviously, as Konsa came back into the lineup, Ian Maatsen, as you said, getting his second start. A big game for Ian Maatsen because of Luca Digne's form, the performances he's been putting in. He hasn't really been getting the opportunities, even less recently because he hasn't even been coming on. So it was a big game for Ian Maatsen for sure. And he got the opportunity to start, as well as Jhon Duran as well, who replaced Ollie Watkins. And it was a big moment for him as well to be starting. John Mcginn also found himself back in the team in the starting lineup after his injury. So a welcomed moment for John Mcginn, and a big moment as well as he led the team out as club captain to a full Villa Park, the Champions League music. Yeah, it must have been a mad moment for John Mcginn, obviously being with us in the Championship and being a stalwart throughout from the Championship up into this moment in time. It must have been a mad feeling for John Mcginn being a captain at home and leading us out to the Champions League music. So yeah, a big game for him as well. And then just the whole atmosphere, bro. We'll just get into that before we get into the line. Just the whole atmosphere and the feeling again. Obviously, Bayern Munich was amazing. The history with Bayern Munich beating them in 1982, our first Champions League home game in over 40 odd years. But yesterday still had essence of that, the magic of it being in the Champions League. A number of people will go into their first Champions League game as well. There was a number of people who had the opportunity to go to the game for various reasons. So they were feeling that as well. And I thought the atmosphere did Villa fans credit once again. Villa fans were superb, and it was really another magical night.
Yeah, a couple of fans got some discounts for the game, and they were turning up to the turnstiles wondering if the tickets would work or not. But luckily for them, bro, they got into the game, and yeah, as you said, bro, that was a bit mad how all that played out. But yeah, the atmosphere was great, man. I really enjoyed the game. But Bologna fans were pretty cool as well. Like Italian fan bases, they're passionate. Like they bring their own type of energy. I felt like seeing them during the game. But yeah, I'm going to get into some more comments, bro. Andy Brogan says, quality night, lads, up the Villa. Yeah. Will Munda, thanks for joining us, says, all of Europe looking up at us. Exactly. Let's keep it that way as well, man. People have to see Aston Villa by force, whether they like it or not right now in the Champions League. So Kevin says, top 8 in the Champions League has always been my target. Andy says, not worried about anyone, lads. Yeah, that's how I feel as well. Emery, one-off game. I feel like we can put a performance in against everyone, man. Kevin says, atmosphere last night was good, but not quite as loud as Bayern, but Juventus and Celtic will be insane. Yeah, I kind of agree with that take as well. And Marnie Central, thanks for joining us, man. Congratulations on 2,000 subscribers, bro.
Yeah,
well earned, well deserved. Top of the league, lads. This is due to be fire. Yeah, man, we're going to try and deliver. But before we carry on with the podcast, guys, can you like the video? It helps us a lot. If you could really just like the video, share it with anyone that you know, any Villa fans, even if they're not Villa fans. Just share the podcast with many people. And yeah, get our subscribers up because we really, really want to keep providing the content in it, bro, and just getting
for sure.
Getting more eyes on the podcast, getting more viewers as well. But yeah, bro, do you want to get into the lineup?
Yeah, as I said, bro. So there was a number of changes. I think that's 4 in total that were made to the side, and it gave Ian Maatsen and Jhon Duran the platform and the opportunity now to, start for Villa in a big game, in a big moment. And I'm really glad Emery did that. I thought it was a really bold decision. Obviously, Ollie Watkins is looking to get his first Champions League goal, but Jhon Duran needs game time, and I think he's deserved the right to have a starting role. And as I said, bro, Lucadinho's form's been great of recent weeks, and Ian Maatsen can count himself unlucky just in the fact that Lucadinho's been so good. So yeah, he gave him the opportunity. That's a guy who was playing in the Champions League final last season. So yeah, exactly. big moment for him. Big moment for him as well. Getting to your thoughts on Bologna and how they set up as well. One of the key players that stuck out for me and that I recognised from the Euros. And I know you were going on about him in the Euros as well, bro. It was Ndoye, who played for Switzerland. He gave England a few problems in that game in the Euros. Had a decent performance, and he had good games for Switzerland throughout that as well. He was the one to watch from that Bologna side, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a really tricky winger, and I felt like he was giving Konsa some problems early on. I got him behind him. I think he played a pass for the early chance in the first half, and yeah, he was a real threat. More on Bologna as well, how they set up tactically. We knew, and Emery knew, the team, they were going to go man for man. So Emery said in his interview after, bro, he was just like, we had to make sure we won the duels, and we had to make sure that once we won the duels, we played the right pass and attacked the right spaces. So yeah, I thought Bologna were brave. I thought they pressed us well. I thought they were really going to go for it. And in that first half, bro, they had 2 really good chances.
Yeah, they did. For sure.
Just to go back onto us though, with our lineup, Jhon Mcginn, I think this type of game really suited his type of play, because if they're going to go man for man, all he has to do is beat one player, and then he's got loads of space in the opposition half. And what's Mcginn good at? Back to goal, anticipating the press, receiving the ball and turning. It's his best attribute. So at first I was thinking, I thought Ramsey might have started over Mcginn, but looking at it now, it made perfect sense for Mcginn to start.
Yeah, for sure. And we saw that throughout the game. I think in terms of the transition runs we have in Mcginn and Rodgers, they were in their element yesterday with the man-to-man press, because it meant that if they were able to turn and beat their man, there was just so much space for them to run into. And we saw that as an option. I think we went longer than normal yesterday. We used the ability of Jhon Duran aerially. I think we won 17 out of 17 aerial duels. Shout out to Stato, because I did see that today. I think we won the majority of our aerial duels, so if not all of them. So we kind of use that use that positively. And Emi Martinez from goal kicks, he wasn't afraid to go long more, and he was even playing passes into the feet of Jhon Mcginn from goal kicks as well, from when he had the ball in possession. And Mcginn, you know how he is. He just uses his backside, man, and he's able to turn either way and beat his man, and he did that a number of times. And as we get on to Morgan Rodgers later as well, we saw him just be Morgan Rodgers, and he was able to run with the ball free, just going past players, and it worked to his advantage because there was so much space because of the man-to-man press.
Yeah, Rodgers, what a player. Obviously, we're going to go in a bit more depth on the pod, but yeah, just getting speechless on this guy at the moment, just starting to play breathtaking stuff. But what you said about going long with, I 100% agree. Because not just Martinez, but Diego Carlos was instrumental in our victory yesterday. I think he completed 7 out of 9 long passes. and he was just looking for Duran every time. And bro, the accuracy of his passing, honestly, it's a joy to watch, man. I've said it on here before. I do think he's a better passer than Konza. I just think Konza defensively is better at the rest of the stuff. But we saw Diego Carlos for the the second goal, how instrumental he can be with his long range passing. And yeah, bro, he was a joy to watch, man.
Yeah, he was. He really was. Yeah, so let's get into the early exchanges, bro. The first 15 minutes, I think we can say that Bologna had the better of the game in the first 15. They had a number of good chances. What they were looking to do, which a number of teams do against Unai Emery, and when he plays his box shape, is they like to, put players on the flanks and go wide and play that diagonal ball. And they were trying to use Ndoye to do that. They were playing it from the right back to Ndoye and going over Konza's head. They tried it on a number of occasions, and early on they were getting a bit of joy with that. Konza was kind of caught in two minds in his positioning, and Ndoye was able to come inside, and they had a few chances with that, one being a very good save from Emery Martinez, and they had another shot as well from Orsolini. So yeah, they had two decent opportunities within that first 15-minute period, and it just took a bit of time for us to settle, to realise, we just need to keep the ball here and we can play for them. Once you get through this press, we'll have so much space and opportunities to create.
Yeah, and they worked their chance really well. I think it went out wide to Ndoye. And the first guy was like a dummy run, and then the guy behind made the actual run, and it kind of caught our high line out of it. I think Carlos kind of lost his man. And yeah, he got off a good shot. Great save by Martinez. And then again as well, where they played it across the box, and Maatsen kind of like chested it away, but that was another big chance. So yeah, fair play to Bologna, bro. They gave us early concerns, but to be honest, we were creating as well, bro. We were getting our chances. We worked it well into the box a couple of times. A lovely ball from Mcginn chipped over for Maatsen to run onto. And Maatsen he tried to play it over to Duran, I think it was first time, and he was kind of just a bit too heavy. But yeah, we had a free kick, I think, as well. Trying to think of other chances. I think our other chances were further on into the game, like the Rodgers shot and the Duran shot as well. But yeah,
Duran had a header in like the first 20 as well.
Yeah, from the corner,
which was on target. Yeah, from the corner, which was a decent save. But I thought the keeper for Bologna had a great game as well. He made a number of good saves, especially the one from JJ in the final minutes. But yeah, that was a good opportunity we created. We're dangerous from set pieces, as we know. Good header from Duran, but a kind of comfortable save for the keeper. But as that first half went on, bro, some of the football we were playing, it just went to another level, didn't it? I think it seems now as the season's getting into it, we're now starting to perform now, and the passing and the patterns of play are starting to improve. And yeah, we look like we're really starting to play now. We saw glimpses of it at Fulham as well. We had some really good spells against Fulham, and last night, towards the end of that second half, and the majority end of the first half, and the majority of the second half, the spells and patterns of play were just a different level, weren't they?
Yeah, what I really loved about Villa's game yesterday was how unselfish our attackers were in the final third. Lots of quick passing, combination play on the edge of their box, showing patience and trying to work it around, creating the better angle to get the cross in. And that's something I feel like we might have lacked in our game before, where we forced to pass a bit more. But I thought Duran, a lot of times, even though he was being encouraged to shoot by the crowd, was finding the pass, was looking for Rodgers, was looking for Maatsen. I thought Maatsen as well, just providing that constant running behind for Pau Torres to find him, for Mcginn to find him, and to link up with Rodgers as well. And yeah, bro, some of the football, as you said, was a joy to watch, man. And it's just a shame that once we did work the ball into the box well, we just couldn't find that finish in the first half.
Yeah, it did feel like it was coming because the movement was so good, the passing, the angles we were creating. I remember one move where it was like a 1-2 on the edge with Morgan Rodgers, and he plays through Maatsen. And he plays Maatsen, who then plays to Mcginn, who then plays it around again to Rodgers, who's gone on the overlap. And Rodgers just was unfortunate, and the football was just so good on the eye. It felt like a goal was coming. We know in these scenarios, usually you think, if we don't score now, then we might live to regret it. But it didn't feel like that. The pressure was sustained. The build-up play, we didn't lose our tempo at all, and it just felt like a goal was coming. Even if we weren't to score it in the first half, which was the case, but it felt like we were playing at a level where we belonged. This was our stage, and we look like a side who deserves to be here, and he's playing like they deserve to be here as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the key word you've used there, belongs, bro. Emery has normalized winning comfortably in the Champions League. Like, we treated that game yesterday like some league clash against like League 2 team or something, bro. Not saying Bologna standard, but in terms of how I felt during the game, like so comfortable, enjoyable. I mean, Villa fans started singing Carew songs like in the upper hall. Like, you know that I'm chilling, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's this normalization that Emery's done. He's turned us into a winning machine. We know how to win football games, bro, and we're proving it week in, week out. And easily the best time supporting Villa in my lifetime. And yeah, I'm just trying to savor every moment, bro.
Yeah, funny you mentioned that. There's some classics that were being sung on the whole. I think even Salifu might have got a tune as well, which is a one from the history books. But yeah, bro, he felt really comfortable, and that was demonstrated by the allays towards the end of the game. And yeah, man, if there's many more lights like that, keep on coming, because it's just great to see our club be at that level and performing on the biggest stage for everyone to see, and just showing how much of a great club we are, and how good our players are, and how good our manager is. So yeah, bro, going into it 0-0, I didn't have no worries or concerns. I thought if we keep playing like this, a goal was going to eventually come.
Yeah, I'm just going to get into some comments before we go into the second half, and we need to discuss one player's this game that we probably haven't spoken about yet. Manny Central says, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, go subscribe to Manny's channel if you haven't already, man. Great skits, great content, really good stuff, man. And hopefully we're going to have him on the podcast a lot more very soon. Right, this is what I was going to get into, bro. Kevin says Bailey's still not quite on his game, needs a rest or therapy, which I think is a bit harsh, but I hear what you're saying, man. I hear what you're saying. It doesn't seem like he's just not there at the moment. And what's funny about Bailey is, though, if you look at his game, despite him giving the ball away and stuff, he created the big chance in the first half towards the end, Rodgers' chance, and he played the pass to Konza for the free kick that led to the first goal. So just shows the standards he has, where he's way off the game and he still managed to do some things. But yeah, I was getting really frustrated with his first half performance. He was losing the ball too much. The pass, when he gave it to the Bologna player and they got a shot off, I thought, he's just, you can tell he's hesitating a little bit. What do you think it is with Bailey at the moment, bro?
He just feels like he's trying to do too much. Like, I feel like if he just tries to keep it simple, release the ball quicker, his confidence will grow. I think he's trying to impress too much, or trying to be the Bailey of last season, and you know, the one we saw beat man and put it in the top bins or the roof of the net. I think that will just come. He just needs to play simple. When he plays simple in moments, I remember Fulham, the pass he played into Rodgers, it was simple first time pass. There's a number of opportunities where he had a chance to play the simple ball and he ended up taking additional touches. Because I think he's trying to show, like, look, I'm Leon Bailey still. I can still play. We all know Leon Bailey's level and how good he is. We saw it last season. I think he just needs to just relax a bit more, play it simple, play it quicker sometimes, and it will come. I think it's just a confidence issue now. And I think Unai is continuing to play him because of that.
Yeah, 100% agree with you, bro. It just feels like over performance right now. You're trying too much a little bit. You're in your head a bit too much. Like, you beat your man, you do the hard part, just lay off the pass. And yeah, hopefully I've got all the confidence that he'll come good. It only takes,
you know, man. He needs to just chill, man. He just needs to relax, like, on his game. Don't let him stress him. You know what I mean? He just needs to.
Like, we know it takes one game, it takes one good performance for the narrative to change, and for us to even be talking differently about him. So yeah, I got all confidence it'll come. But yeah, bro, 0-0 at half time. How was you feeling for the second half?
Yeah, just play the same way, the goal will come. That's all I was thinking. Thought we were really good. I wasn't too concerned with Bologna, with Emery in goal as well. You know, he can pull out a number of saves if they do try and transition on us. But if we kept playing high and they were still continuing to play man to man, there was going to be a number of spaces where we could exploit them with Mcginn and Rodgers, and I think that's how it turned out to be.
Yeah, so half-time substitution, and one that we've been familiar with this season, bro. Amadou Onana off, Ross Barkley on. Now, I don't know if it was an injury or tactical. I actually thought Onana had a good game in the first half. I thought he was winning the ball well. I thought his passing was a lot better. So I was really surprised by it. I thought someone was to be taken off. I thought it was going to be Leon Bailey. Was this Emery bringing on Barkley for more control, as Bologna wasn't really hurting us in the midfield that much? Or do you think it might have been an injury-related one?
No, I think Unai brings on Barkley for control and another pass master in the middle of the pitch who's very, very good on the ball. I think was it against Everton as well? Barkley came on at half time.
Yeah, I think Wolves as
Yeah,
well. Maybe he came on later in the
Wolves he
second.
came on quite early as well, didn't he? I think Emery identifies the situation. He understands we're going to have the majority of the ball. We don't really have to worry too much defensively, and we're trying to break down the team. So why don't we just get another player who's also fantastic on the ball, like Yuri Tillemans, who can play a pass and he's also dynamic. He could shoot. He's got a great strike on him. We know that. We haven't seen it as of yet, but we do know Barkley can strike the ball as well. And he's just another element of control, and he'll be able to find that like through ball and that cutting pass as well. And sometimes I don't think Onana has that. Onana's defensive quality is outstanding, but in terms of playing forward, I think Ross Barkley's better than Onana in that sense. So I think that was a decision that was made, and Unai's done that a number of times now in situations where we're looking to get that first goal.
Yeah, facts. And just to go through Barkley's stats, just to emphasize your needle play point even more with his passing, like 22 out of 23 accurate ball, one key pass, won all his ground duels, wasn't dribble past once, blocked shots twice, just really composed, bro, and exactly what Emery wanted. He's looking like, very, 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 very what's the word for like a good deal? Can't think of the word, but
astute.
It's just looking astute. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. See, that's the one, man. That's the one. Always rely on you, bro. But yeah, man, astute signing, bro, because he's more of the Luiz replacement in the sense of if Luiz was still here, you'd think he'd be getting the Barkley minutes or he'd be starting next to Tillemans maybe or rotating with Onana. So I think he's almost a Luiz replacement in that sense of he just comes in, he's filling they're similar stylistically as well, and he loves to pass the ball forward.
Yeah, Ross Barkley, that time at Luton's done him the world of good, you know, in that last year, because he played in a much deeper role. He changed his game, because we all know Ross Barkley from Chelsea, Everton. He was more of a 10. He was more in the attacking half, looking to, you know, be that arriving late into the box or shooting from the edge of the box and playing really further forward. Now, that time at Luton where he played in a more defensive role, in a more 6 kind of position, and he was the conductor and controller of the play. That's how he plays now for us. He just conducts the play, controls the tempo as well. There's another tempo setter in there with Yuri Tillemans, and we just saw that again yesterday, because when we needed to slow it down, Yuri and Barkley kept the ball, slowed it down. We started passing it again. When we needed to speed up the tempo, Barkley and Yuri started playing those killer passes through the lines to Morgan Rogers. So, yeah, for 5 million, bro, what a signing.
Facts, bro. Michael says, good evening all. I'm listening as I'm driving up the fucking Villa. Please, concentration, man. Yeah, thanks for listening to the pod, man. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. Should we go into the first goal then, bro? The ball comes to Diego Carlos. He plays it to the touchline for Bailey. And I think this pass has kind of gone a bit underrated because of Bailey's performance overall not being up to standard. But it's like an outside of the boot pass, and it curls back in for Konza to run onto. And Konza gets ahead of his man. My horrible eyesight in the stadium thought the Bologna player won the ball at first, but as we can see on the replays, that Konza got a little nick on it, and it's 100% a foul, bro. And
let's just go to before that, bro, because they thought initially Konza had fouled their player, didn't they?
Yeah, it wasn't a foul, though, was it?
It wasn't a foul at all. Like, Konza wins the ball clean, and he kind of follows through with his knee onto the guy's leg. It's not a foul at all. It's kind of, you remember Bukayo Saka, Tyron Mings, and Mings got booked. It's into that one where Mings won the ball cleanly. There's no reason for booking or anything a free kick. It was a similar sort of incident, but thankfully the referee didn't blow up because it was a clean challenge and it wasn't a foul at all. And it led on to the preceding events of us winning a free kick in that position.
And Konza just won that tackle, and he must have thought, fuck it, man, I'm going to do hero ball. I'm going to carry on, make him run up the pitch.
Konza's one of those a game, you know.
Well, yeah, it's because he's right back as well. He's got more license to roam, hasn't he? So Good stuff. But are we giving this free kick to McPhee, or are we just saying this is just?
Nah, we just give it to Jhon Mcginn, man. We just give it to Jhon Mcginn.
We're giving it to Mcginn, man. Because, bro, I think it's just so fitting. Like, he scored. Did he score? He scored the first. Well, he scored the winner against. I forgot their name, bro. In the conference,
Mostar, yeah.
Just jumbled on. Yeah, Mostar. He scored that goal, and then to take the lead in the Champions League, his first Champions League game at Villa Park. Yeah, man. He almost feels romantic in a way that it was him that got the first goal.
Yeah, if a player deserves it through the last 5, 6 years he's been here, it's Jhon Mcginn, isn't it? He's been here from the start. There's only 2 remaining. Well, there's 3. There's one we shan't speak of because it's like he doesn't exist anymore. But there's obviously Tyrone Mings and Jhon Mcginn as well, and just a great delivery, bro, into the box. And they checked it, didn't they? I think they checked it for handball. I think they thought Ross Barkley. We couldn't see or the reasoning why. We thought he was offside at the time, didn't we? But yeah, they checked it. There was no handball. No one's got a touch in it at all, and it's just gone directly into the goal. And yeah, we saw the celebration, the scenes, and yeah, thoroughly deserved just for Jhon Mcginn as well, because yeah, he's been with us through thick and thin, man.
That's why I don't even celebrate too much some of these goals, man, because like it's annoying after we score. I'm having to watch the referee and see if he goes into our half or not to determine whether there's a VAR check or not. And I saw him just circling back. I was just like, what's going on here, really, man? Like, what are they trying to rob us of now?
But yeah, man. It did feel like that.
It was a goal.
It caused the screen to malfunction. That's how much the check was. That's how the person operating the screens at Villa Park, they were malfunctioning all over the place.
They had anxiety.
They were giving 3 goals. They're giving Mcginn 3 and 1. Mad.
I think after a while they just started like getting into it and we're just getting the crowd going after a while,
and the atmosphere. Yeah, it was mad.
But yeah, man, 1-0, and you kind of breathe a sigh of relief because the goals come in unconventional circumstances. Really, it's like a whipped ball in, but yeah, 1-0, bro. And then shortly after, it's 2-0.
Yeah, I think it's time to talk about
Morgan.
Yeah,
Morgan.
Zizou.
Zizou, Kaka. All the names have been thrown around the gaff right now, bro.
Oh, if you've seen the Onyx and that Zidane performance versus Portugal, and you're looking at a Morgan Rogers performance every week, there ain't much difference in terms of the actions. I'm telling you now, there's not much difference. This guy, his ability and the level he can reach is just insane. Yeah. Go on, bro. I'll let you go on.
For me, with Rodgers, it's just the thing that stands out to me more is the strength. He's not just running past players. He's showing strength to hold them off. His footwork's nimble enough to be in control of the ball for majority of the time. And he has such a variety of ways of feinting to get past a player, whether it's a step over of the ball, whether it's a body feint. Close control's really, really good. And the amount of yardage, bro, that he carries that ball, it's a cheat code. It is a genuine cheat code. And when your team is man-to-man to press Aston Villa, Unai Emery's Aston Villa, and if we work that first ball through your press, you're in trouble, man, because we've got Morgan Rogers, arguably the most important player on the pitch for that type of game. Someone that can just carry with ease, bro. And the ball comes from Carlos, who I thought was exceptional, over the top ball. And speaking of Rodgers' close control, he kind of fucked up the initial touch.
Yeah, he missed it. He took it, tried to take it on his knee, didn't he?
Exactly, yeah. But a player in low confidence probably would have let that get to him. But it's Rodgers, bro. He's having the time of his life. He's made for this stage, and he just chases after the ball, and he like shimmies a bit to create the separation against the defender, curls it in, and it's an excellent finish from Duran, bro, who just was never leaving that game without a goal. Yeah,
it's that man again.
He was never leaving that game.
Nah,
like he saw Watkins warming up, like he knew what time it was. So
he had like the sixth sense in his head. He could feel Watkins' eyes on the back of his head, man. So he's like,
Morgan Rogers just exceptional.
Yeah, more on Morgan Rogers, bro, because like I don't think like people are like deep in it. He's playing in the Champions League, like the highest level of club football. And he's performing like this in every game he's played so far in the Champions League. Against Bayern Munich, he was performing at an unreal level. He's just walking past Kimmich or Pavlovic or whoever was close to him. It's just he's one of the best young up and coming youngsters, isn't he? He's actually one of the best. It's mad, like
100%.
the level he's playing at and the way he just creates separation with his dribbling. His actions in the final third are like, okay, some people say sometimes his finishing could be better, but some of the play he was doing yesterday, the flicks or the 1-2s he was playing, bro, he's unreal, man. Like he's unreal, and there's going to be a JG conversation soon in terms of the most talented player in recent years.
You're allowed to
sure.
say Grealish, bro. Like you are allowed to say,
Nah, JG, man. There's going to be conversation soon because, okay, Grealish was doing it. We were at a level where he was having to be that guy, but Morgan Rogers is doing it on the biggest stage. So,
and
his
just
performance is ridiculous.
Just to touch on the conversation around his finishing, like for me, I'm more encouraged seeing him starting to get the chances. Like I actually thought getting the chances initially was actually lacking to his game. So to see him getting into the box more and to see him getting like openings, that's encouraging for me. I think the finishing thing, that's just gonna come in if he keeps getting into them positions for. So yeah, the shots don't worry me like at all, man. Like,
he needs to chat to Duran in training just for the dink, because the dink was on yesterday, and if he'd have chipped that one-on-one, that would have been some goal. But he will come. We've seen him back. Like, yeah, I was just going to say, bro.
Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Like, I think people forgetting last season before he got injured. This is from not in Villa, just outside of Villa. I've seen people say about his goals and assists and need to get up on that. I think people forget the run he was on before he got injured last season. There was a goal against Brentford. There was the goal against Bournemouth. There was a goal against Chelsea. That was in the space of a few weeks. And we sure was shooting. He put the one in the roof against Bournemouth. The one against Brentford was a quality finish on his weaker foot. And that strike from Chelsea was from the edge of the box. So we know he can finish. He's got a strike on him as well. So it will all come. And when those numbers keep going up, which they have done recently, goal at the weekend, assist midweek, yeah, man, he's going to be one of the best in the league.
And just another like narrative that hasn't really been touched on, but I think this whole like celebration with Cole Palmer, I think it's kind of working to our advantage, I think it's acting as a motivator because you hear Rio Ferdinand's words after the Bayern Munich game where it's just like, you let him take your celebration and he's going to run off with it. I think like what Rodgers is wired that way to like maintain the levels and like be that competition with Palmer, bro, because them two have been standouts this season, man, in terms of attacking midfielders, if you want to call them that. So yeah, really, really encouraging. But let me just go to Ryan's comment here. I needed Duran to have one more shot on target for 148 quid. His reaction coming off the same as mine. Yeah, Ryan, I feel you, bro. He's sick now, isn't it? It's a sickener. That is. It's a sickener. Yeah, let's segue into that, bro. Duran's reaction coming off. He was gonna get substituted before he scored, so I don't know what that reaction would have been had he not found it.
I've seen him post today saying, "Sorry, Costa." I think he was in such a rage. He didn't realise it was Bogart's chair that he mashed up.
He got Bogart because he handled that like a gentleman.
He firmed it, didn't he? He absolutely firmed it. He was just grinning. The way the camera caught that is so good.
I don't know if Bogart said something to him before, so he was expecting the kick. That's why he laughed or something.
To try and wind him up or something.
Yeah, to try and wind him up.
Probably. I bet they're on his neck, like winding him up and that. He's so easy to wind up.
Yeah, exactly, bro. To be honest, I would have just let Duran have the 90. Didn't really see the need for Watkins coming on. Yeah, when you look at the fixtures so far this season, I thought maybe Duran might, because he did really start, he might get the 90. But listen, Emery's in charge, man. Emery wants to.
I think Emery's trying to get Watkins to get his first goal in the Champions League as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a factor we ain't considered as well. So.
Yeah, so I think that's the reason why. And they're just splitting minutes. They split it on the weekend and same again midweek.
But bro, just my take on this. I know it looks bad, yeah, but I'm just not gonna get too involved with it, and because I'm noticing already the media are trying to cause friction.
Just waffling, man. They're just waffling.
Like TalkSport, all them guys. Like,
I really hope switch off Jamie O'Hara last night on the way back, and it was just waffling.
Yeah, exactly. I really hope our fans don't feed into the blatant division tactic that's trying to go on in the media. Like, bro, they are gonna try and pit Watkins and Duran against each other. sensationalize it to try and break the team. And I'm just begging fans, don't feed into it, man. Like, it's so obvious what they're trying to do. So honestly,
do you know what?
man,
Do you know what I don't get? What I get it. Obviously, I get what they're trying to do, but what we should just look at, all the top sides have squads. They have competition for places. You don't see this stuff with other positions. You only see it with strikers because they're the goal scorers. They're the guys, isn't it? But think about City and how much competition there for places. You don't hear it like this. You don't hear like, oh, this guy was moaning because of this guy's competition. Like, it's a squad game. You need two good players in every position, and that's what we fortunately have in our striker. So yeah, it's just nonsense, man. Just
yeah. Just try not to get too invested. I know it didn't look great with Duran, but try not to get too invested. What I say with Duran as well, people talk about attitude, but when you look at him on the pitch, he works hard, he presses, he's passionate, and he's producing, bro. At 20, that's the main thing for me. He's producing output. Me personally, speaking for myself, I can look the other way as long as it doesn't impact the pitch, if that makes sense.
I love how Emery just shuts it down as well. Like, he just shuts it down.
Emery probably
asked him. He does. I think he does. Yeah.
I know, like the board wanted him sold. Duran wanted to leave in summer, but now that we've got him, bro, like, I think Emery's done quite well with how he's rotated them both.
And managed him. Yeah.
I do think it will be interesting. I know you were saying Watkins starts versus Bournemouth, but I do think it will be interesting to see how we go, because I thought Duran ran their defense ragged as an outlet, and Bournemouth play similar, don't they, in how they play?
Do you know what I say, bro? I mean, we're in a position where I'm happy either way. Like, either starts, I'm happy.
Exactly. Quality. Yeah, they're both quality, bro. Like, we're so blessed.
We're just so lucky to have that right now.
Bro, think about it. Yeah,
I can't name too many teams that have that option right now.
Bro, all my like United, Arsenal friends like tell me how jealous they are. Like, that we've got like Watkins and Duran, bro. Like, them men are having to do struggle tactics with.
They can struggle with Zertsky and that other guy.
But what I was gonna say, yeah, Villa right now, we have a world class best keeper in the world. We have two centre backs that can pass the ball forward and progress. We have a midfielder in Tielemans who's just playing out of his mind. We have Rodgers that can carry the ball, and we have two elite strikers. I'm calling them elite strikers, bro. Like, this is the perfect strikers. It's the perfect recipe for a winning team, and yeah, I'm just savouring.
And an elite manager.
And an elite manager as well, bro.
And it's no coincidence as well. Strikers, Unai Emery, of everything that Unai does, strikers is his sort of man. That's what he is a genius with. That's the position he works wonders with. He's done it throughout his career as a manager, and he has two more now. He's just working absolute wonders with.
Weston says the mainstream sports media are building us up just to kick us back down when we lose a couple of games. Yeah, that's just life, though, isn't it? People love a good build-up, kick-down story. Ken, thanks for the super chat. He says, I totally agree. Try not to get too involved. Oh, wait, he says, my phone picked up your speech. Okay, maybe you didn't say that. Fair enough. And Gary says, how long do we carry Bailey then? I don't think it's a case of carrying. I think Bailey's earned enough trust, and there's some what's the word, where you've built up some kind of
he's got credit in the bank.
Credit in the bank, bro, from last season. I know it's running through with fans at the moment, but I'm not there yet. Just waiting.
Nah, me neither.
Enough, but I also don't think Philigine's done enough to like fully take him out the starting spot. Like, Philogene was performing in the sense of Duran has been compared to Watkins in that battle. Like, they're both performing, and I think it's a better argument. But I don't think Philogene's done enough really to take.
I think the one thing would be Mcginn on the right, potentially, and JJ coming. That's something I could see. But I just think everything's going so well at the minute, and we'll go on to another thing, which is just a welcome return, and that's Boubacar Kamara as well, bro. Like, some would say our best player. He's right up there, and to have him back now on the pitch, and he didn't even look a touch off the pace. He was throwing himself into challenges, winning the ball back, just keeping the ball, as we know Kamara can do. Just fantastic again, isn't it?
Yeah, like, that warrior like mentality is crazy to me. Like, you've just come back from an ACL injury and you're throwing yourself into last ditch challenges. Like, I squirmed a little bit, like, bro, like when he did that one.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And he looked like his leg went back. I was like, come on, chill, bro, we're winning. But he won the ball back. His progression looked good as well. And yeah, bro, what a talent we have. Like, he looks
the
like
picture right there. He's back. You might have to update the pic because the Kane's are there now.
I know, man. We ain't got no one injured yet, bro. I can't even change it to anyone else, bro. I might have to put it to Dougie or someone that's not even here.
Courtney House.
Courtney House, that's the one. That's perfect, man. Courtney House. Charlie, thanks for joining us, bro. It's looking long for the Premier League and Champions League. That's all I have to say on Kamara coming back. It's looking long indeed, bro. Yeah, we just know how to win right now, and it's addictive.
It is, man. More. We want more. And I'm sure it will come, man, because Unai is just a genius.
So yeah, when Watkins came on, I think Mcginn came on, Kamara came on, and did Ramsey come on at that time as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of Ramsey's cameo? Getting a lot of frustration with the fans. Some of his fast passes were overhit. He missed that chance at the end. How do you feel about Ramsey's cameo?
I just think it was the changes, and I think we saw elements of that against Fulham on the weekend as well. The changes happened, and we brought on Duran, we brought on Emery, we brought on, I think, Barker just before. There was another sub as well. It was Mcginn, because Mcginn got sent off, and the tempo went down because we'd won. It was comfortable. We're 3-1 up. And we started letting Fulham play, even though they had 10 men. And I think the same was happening last night. We were 2-0 up. We're so comfortable, cruising, playing really good stuff. And the subs came on. And I think the tempo just went down. You let the opposition have a bit of the ball more. You're trying to conserve your energy, sticking to the shape that we have. And I think that was just the case of it again. So I don't really read too much into that in terms of individual players that came on.
Fair enough, bro. Yeah, I agree. Bit gutted he didn't score at the end. That would have been nice to just find that off.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah,
I'm sure it'll come. But yeah, bro, that's pretty much the game wrapped up. Still no goals conceded by Villa. Top of the Champions League for now. I haven't checked the scores.
Top of the Champions League
in the other games.
Let me have a look. Was Brest the draw?
I'll carry on with a comment more. Yeah. Gary says, did like Bologna as a club and their fans quality from them? Yeah, they were making noise, to be fair. They were making noise.
Yeah, Brest drew with Leverkusen.
Okay. Charlie says, the main thing I'm taking from the season so far is that it doesn't really feel as though we've delivered our best performance yet, and we've sauntered. Actually don't know. Do you know what that means? I actually don't know that word, but to the fourth in the PL and top of the Champions League. Yeah, it's almost just like we're just where we belong, bro. Like, especially the Premier League, like being in
this
that
is us, place. Yeah.
Like, bro, my baseline expectations are at the point where I look at the league and I'm just like, I wish we were like higher than fourth. Like, that's what Emery's normalized, bro. He's normalized being in fourth place, being a standard.
Ryan says, and as Unai says as well, bro. He said he's not. He's not here to mess about. he always says that.
Yeah, time, bro.
He's not here to waste time, and the players need to be like that as well.
Love that, like, he ain't here
to mess about. He doesn't play. He doesn't play.
Ryan says Bailey's scared to pull off because of his hamstrings. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, that's a fair point as well.
That's a fair point, man. Yeah.
So yeah, bro. I think we can wrap it up there, man. Is there anything you wanted to say?
Now we'll have a preview for Bournemouth. Just another fantastic victory. Villa fans enjoy it, continue enjoying, and hopefully more of the same going forward.
And yeah, guys, just again, man, if you can just like the video, get the like numbers up. We're gonna try and aim for 100 on this video. I know it's ambitious, but yeah, if we can get to 100, subscribe if you haven't already. Share with any Villa fan that you know that you think will be interested in the podcast. And yeah, man, we're going to continue to make the videos weekly and just enjoy this journey we're on with Villa, man.
Facts.
But yeah, anyways, guys, we'll catch you for the Bournemouth preview. And yeah, up the Villa.
Up the Villa.